Video 31. meditationguide.org.
4. You appreciate all the negative things in life, and have unconditional love for all. It's certainly easy to give thanks to the positive things in existence, but when you don't get what you want and things go haywire, it's really hard to have gratitude towards the upsetting events in one's life. The instinct is to react with fight or flight, and you feel unhappy about it. However, if you continue to feel that way, it will aggravate your consciousness. You cannot make peace with your painful memories, and your mind keeps replaying them. When a similar circumstance arises, you will continue to respond in the same way, thus, distress becomes you. What if you can appreciate the difficulties in life? When you bring this up to your ego, it does not like it. It wants to respond with its survival instinct. However, you can teach your ego to change its perspective. At first, it will resist, but when you show the ego how to relax through meditation, it will open up and look at these negative events differently. Bit by bit, it begins to change its reaction patterns because it can see with a wider perception. It gains insight, which gives it spiritual growth. This allows you to move into a higher frequency. Instead of feeling bad about all the troubling events that took place, you can now appreciate them. In fact, most people grow from adversity. It inspires them to become resilient. By training your mind to broaden its awareness, what can I learn from this? It will greatly expand your horizons. You start to adopt a win-win attitude. No matter what happens in life, you feel happy anyway. This is possible when your energy is vibrating at a faster rate. It allows your ego to be integrated with your higher consciousness, therefore, they're not in conflict. Because the ego feels good as well, and there is a sense of harmony within. Having unconditional love towards all may seem impossible. However, as you become less judgmental and feel at ease with yourself, the unimaginable is now conceivable. The way to get there is to love yourself unconditionally as you are, which means, you don't judge yourself. Through inner peace, you accept all your faults and flaws. Therefore, your sense of ease allows you to enter into a higher vibration of contentment. Now that you experience it, you will also feel connected to everything, therefore, you're able to express unconditional love. This doesn't happen through force. You don't force yourself to love something or someone whom you despise. It's the sense of ease or inner peace that does it naturally. Thus, you start to appreciate everything around you, even the things and people that you don't like, because you're learning something, and gaining insight from them, hence, they don't seem so bad. Previously, you were bothered by their presence, but now you feel alright when you interact with them. They haven't changed, but you have. You don't have to say I love you to them to express unconditional love. Unconditional love is really about being kind, caring and loving without expectations. It also comes with wisdom, therefore, you know how to step back when others feel uncomfortable with your loving energy. This happens when there is a mismatch in vibration. You're oscillating at a higher frequency, and they are not, but be nice and respectful to everyone anyway. When you're unconditionally loving, it doesn't make you gullible, because you have access to intelligence from higher consciousness, thus, you're able to decline people's requests without feeling guilty. You're happy to help when you can. Of course, you never do harm to others, because hurting others is the same as hurting yourself. 5. Be yourself no matter what. Yes, people will judge and label you. They will say good and bad things about you. However, don't feel defensive about it since everybody is going to have different opinions. Thus, allow them to have their own point of view. How can you not feel bad when they say negative things about you? You start with non-judgment, which allows you to relax. Listen to them carefully, and not just react with fight or flight. See if their comments are valid. Did you hurt them in some way? If you did, you must change, and no longer engage in doing harm, and create reciprocity. What if you didn't do what they accuse you of? Then, it has nothing to do with you. It means other people are projecting their anger on you, and playing the blame game. When you notice this, allow yourself to become wise. Let their insults roll off your back so you don't feel aggravated. You stay in your positive stance, and say nice things to them. You offer kindness and feel compassion towards them. This can create a bridge of understanding because you're not fighting or running away. The accuser now has to match your higher vibration, and work it out through cooperation, or the accuser may choose not to, and insist on staying in their negativity and walk away. Either way, you stand your ground in unconditional joy, hence, you're being your true self. Yes, many people will think you're an oddball because you're happy all the time, but you can accept their criticism without being irritated. You realize it's coming from their own fears since their consciousness resides in lower vibrations. This insight gives you freedom and you don't align with their frustration. Instead, you relax and feel good anyway. No bad energy can bring you down when you don't align with it, and unconditional happiness becomes your norm because you live in a lighter frequency. Of course, when you first start practicing this, you will jump back and forth between lower and higher vibrations. As you feel more at peace, you'll begin to spend less time in negativity. When you let your consciousness expand through non-judgment, kindness and unconditional love, you start to heal all your emotional wounds. The dark energy is now bright, and that propels you to stay in a higher frequency. Therefore, you no longer drop into unhappiness, and you see life through the eyes of wisdom.
Insight. If you still find yourself experiencing low-frequency emotions, please don't hate them. Learn from them, love them, observe without judgment, feel at ease with them and heal. Thus, you transform yourself into balance. End of video 31. meditationguide.org